Good evening, everybody. Today we're going to be talking about the war in Iran. There's nothing else to talk about today. It's a slow news day. I might get a little bit into the Tom Blanche $1.8 billion thing, but I'm probably, because that's like, it's like putting out tests to see if you're loyal to Trump. And I can kind of connect that to the first term, but we're gonna see how much time passes, how much longer I can talk about Iran before I just, rip my head off. So, what happened in Iran? Let's talk about it. So what happened in Iran here? I have my notes here. Well, my news source, obviously Reuters, but yeah, that's why I recommend you guys read. Trump's abrupt pivot to on Iran, last chance, he says, to call before calling off major strikes. So, how many times has he done this? I'm just like, that's what we have to talk about here. How many times has he done this? And that's where, like, I'm pissed off about, right? Like, we're in war with Iran, right? We can't fix this, right? And it's like, I could not be less excited to talk about it again, because how much longer can we talk about the war in Iran? I mean, like, this guy, he said originally 4 to 6 weeks, and we are in August. August. What are we doing? What are we doing? We're in August. Just like that, too. I remember March 1st, I think we killed the Ayatollah, or was it before that? It might have been the 28th we killed Ayatollah, or maybe in the 1st, but I remember all the memes like Trump killed 2 dictators in 1 year, or actually 2 dictatorships, two dictators for 2 months, right? So that was like something, but it's like, is it like really like worth it? I mean, this guy's awful. So what happened here is, it's like a movie. And it's like one of those movies that just repeat every 2 seconds. It's like, I trying to find a good word. It's like a loop. So what exactly happens is this, right? What happens is Iran closes the strait, right? So we make a peace deal. Iran closes the strait. Trump says, we're going to bomb the living hell out of you. He doesn't do it. He gives them the deadline, pushes back the deadline, MOU, peace deal, repeat. And it's been the same thing. So we're at Trump saying, "It's your last fucking chance. It's your last chance. I'm gonna bomb the hell out of you. It's your final chance." And the next thing you know, we're not bombing them. We're not doing anything. And it makes, again, this guy's a joke, right? This guy's a joke, and you can kind of just repeat this with the whole presidency, like what he did with China. He, wussied out the trade deal or the trade war so quickly. When he put on Liberation Day, he put the 125% tariff on China. He backed out so quickly. And we didn't see this in the first term, because the first term, he did go to a 2-year war with China. A trade war, not an actual war, obviously. But he did go to a 2-year trade war with Iran. Oh my gosh, I'm an idiot. China! 2-year trade war with China. Then if we look at, like, this term, I'm like, dude, you're not going to trade war with China. You're going to war with Iran. Like, makes no sense at all to me. But yeah, is this guy? We keep going. I just want this Iran war to end. It won't. And I'm telling you, you heard me say this on my channel many times. Many times, actually. This war is not going to end before midterms. And the Republicans are dying to get this over by midterms. But they can't just give up the strait. They can't just give up sanction relief, because that makes them look bad. Okay? So they kind of have to go in. And I won't be surprised if you see ground forces by, August, the end of August. I won't be surprised. I'm not calling it. I'm not making a prediction on this. But I will take credit if this is correct. I won't be surprised. That's what I'm going to say. Because in the predicament he's in right now, he's losing midterms, right? And I think one thing he can say is like, because obviously we all know Netanyahu dragged him into this war. I think everyone agrees with that, besides the Zionist Jews. Even the Zionist Jews believe that Netanyahu convinced them to go to war. I think it's just a fact that he got dragged into the war, right? And I think half of him thought this was going to be a quick war, which makes him an idiot, because Venezuela is not the same as, like, Venezuela was a smaller country, less people, less powerful military, right? And they don't have the Strait of Hormuz. Compared to It also is on our hemisphere. If we go to Iran, it's completely different. A lot more people. I think it wasn't. I forgot how many people live in Iran. Hundreds of millions, right? I might be wrong. Maybe 90 million, 100 million, something like that. I kind of remember Ted Cruz like not knowing the population of Iran. But let's go on to the other point. Like, is that he didn't? I don't know if he didn't know that this was gonna be like a hard war and he was gonna need ground forces to do a regime change. Because, dude, this is like the thing when they're saying, well, they're making a nuclear bomb. Okay, so my two arguments to that is like, okay, well, you know, Israel has a nuclear bomb. Well, Israel, that means it can check all over all over the Middle East, because none of the Middle East has nuclear bombs besides Israel. So it means Israel has like the extra hand in negotiations, right? I mean, you understand how influential a nuclear bomb is. A nuclear bomb is so influential. That's the reason why the United States and the USSR never went to war. Directly, of course. I mean, proxy wars, but not direct war, where U.S. citizens were fighting against each other. Like, Cuban Missile Crisis, right? That only did, like, we did not launch nukes at each other. Actually, we were ready to launch nukes at each other before, like, what was it called? Before we, like, realized that we're gonna end our countries and we could end the world. So pretty much, like, the nuclear bomb is really influential. And so Iran only wants a nuclear bomb because Israel has a nuclear bomb. And they're worried that Israel is going to launch a nuclear bomb at them. And Israel is a genocidal dictatorship. Not dictatorship. Like, it's kind of like, you know, Netanyahu's been for 20 years. But, besides the point, like, Netanyahu is like a military neocon, right? Wanting to bomb the whole, everyone. Everyone wants to bomb everyone. Right? So I can see why Iran wants a nuclear bomb. They want field protection. So when people say, well, I don't know why Iran wants a nuclear bomb, they want to attack us. They'll never attack us. They can't. Because what if they attack us with a nuclear bomb? That's what everyone's worried about. Well, dude, you don't understand how much we have. So many more nuclear bombs than them. If they have like 2, right, hypothetically, we have so many more nuclear bombs than them to the point we will kill their country. Okay, and their country will go extinct. So you have that. So, saying that, like, oh, we need to stop Iran from getting a nuclear bomb, there's no risk in us. Like, we won't get affected. So, makes no sense. Second of all, why did you bomb them at Midnight Hammer? I thought Midnight Hammer was supposed to end all of this. And also, why wouldn't we just do this again? Just do another Operation Midnight Hammer. But no, you went to war. And you declared war. The president declared war. I know it's, like, not congressional war, but the president declared war. And isn't that a little weird? Like, this is for regime change. So he was thinking that he can do regime change without ground forces. And again, when you're saying, like, oh, there's no way they don't use regime, there's no way, right, that we go to war and we use ground forces. I'm like, dude, the Republicans are living on a prayer. Okay, they're living on a prayer right now. They're not doing good. I mean, the Republicans are tanking in polls. I mean, generic polls. The Democrats are more favorable, which is crazy because nobody liked the Democrats. I mean, 2 years ago, we thought the Democrats were done. The woke was done. And they haven't really changed their beliefs at all. They're still the same. Like, remember the party that didn't stand for Iran Zarowski. They didn't stand for, like, you know, banning trans men from going to, or not trans women going to women's bathrooms. No men in women's sports. They didn't stand for any of that. They didn't stand for anything. That's the party that has more favorability than the Republicans. That's because of the war in Iran. It is. Because if that was so true, dude, makes no sense. So, we're cooked. The Republicans are cooked. Right? And so, they're like, well, we need to make something out of this. Because if they do get regime change, I think the American public will be happy about it. And here's because American public, they're like bipolar. And now, listen, I love America. Alright, I love America. But the people are bipolar. Okay, like, think about this. ICE. 22% approval rating. But majority of the country wants mass deportations. The majority of the country wants mass deportation. They want every illegal immigrant gone. But only 22% support ICE. So, like, even you don't even have to support. I support ICE, but I don't think they're perfect. I think they, I think how the way Chrissy Nome handled ICE was actually horrible. The brutality was not needed, right? The hiring process sucks. I could understand, right? And I would be able to concede, like, maybe they need body cameras. I don't agree with taking the face mask off because they would be doxxed and they might get killed. But I think body cameras wouldn't hurt. Like, we have police having body cams. I don't think that's bad, right? I mean, I don't know if any far righters would be at me, but, like, if we just use common sense, the American people are bipolar. So I would think they'd be okay with, like, regime change. I wouldn't. Because you know what's going to happen 10, 15 years? We get regime change. It's going to go back into another Islamic dictatorship. And then also, when you destabilize someone's country, they start fleeing to Europe, United States, and we don't want that. We don't want that. We don't want that. What do you think? You just do some basic research. I was doing some basic research yesterday. Because I don't know enough about these, like, not necessarily conspiracy theories. These aren't conspiracy theories. But, like, what Israel has done. Is so Israel, dragged us into so many wars. It's just facts. They dragged us into Iraq. And they destabilized the Middle East. So what happens when you destabilize a region? They start, like, emigrating. They start trying to get away from the country. Well, where do they go? They go to Europe. They go to the United States. Why do you think we've had this mass immigration from the Muslim world? Well, because we destabilized them. And Israel wanted this. I mean, this is facts. It's just facts. Israel wanted this, right? Because that means that the Jewish population gets more power because they're so cohesive. They're so united. And us, like, when we're really diverse, we're not going to be as united as them, right? So they just take over, pretty much. And that's why they want mass migration. So when we destabilize Iran, when we destabilize Iraq, Syria, all the Middle East, I mean, I think this is basic knowledge. I don't even think I'm saying anything crazy. They'll just immigrate to Europe and just take over these countries that were once Christian. And now Muhammad's the most popular name in London. So that's what they want. And so this war is awful. And again, I was going to make a video on Saturday on, like, why we shouldn't vote for Republicans. And I think if you have a sense of, like, beliefs, you should not be voting for Republicans. If you have a sense of beliefs, that you actually have a hold to beliefs of your political philosophy on what we should be doing, then you should not be voting for anything with the Republicans. Nothing. Because they haven't done anything for you. What has Trump done for the average middle-class man? No, he gave a corporate tax rate to the richest people by cutting Medicaid. Which, again, I'm not against cutting Medicaid in a sense. Or not Medicaid and Medicare. You cut both. Right? I'm not necessarily against cutting those. But here's the thing. I would rather have a middle-class tax cut if we do that. Or a bigger tax cut for the middle class instead of giving a big-ass corporate tax rate. It's like, it makes no sense. It makes no sense. So, I can talk about this for like 5 more minutes. There's nothing really to talk about with this, though. I guess I can get into with Todd Blanche. I'll just read it out to you guys. Todd Blanche confirmation fight in the $1.8 billion anti-weaponization fund. So, this pure intra-GOP power politics, right? So, this actually says that it gives out loyalty tests, right? How loyal are you to Trump? And they did this in 2020. And I would have liked this in 2020. You know why? Because Trump was not doing awful. He was trying to pull out troops. But the neocons weren't doing it. The neocon generals weren't doing it. So, I would have hated it, but the Trump that we have now, I don't like. I don't want loyalty tests. I mean, this loyalty test is horrible. So, it's stupid, right? Like, this is how it just shows how bad the Republican Party is. Like, it really is. And I saw a tweet from Thomas Massey. He's happy he's gone. Like, there's no reason to be prideful as a Republican. I mean, the Republicans just, I can't believe they've done so bad. Alright? Because, in a sense, after the State of the Union, because I was still MAGA at that time, I thought we were going to win midterms after the State of the Union. Because, I mean, it was really good. The speech was really good. But then, literally, like, 2 days later, it goes to war with Iran. I'm like, dude, you have everything going for you. Inflation was at 2.3%, right? The GDP was higher in Q3 and Q4. Like that's why I say like, oh, the Q1 the first year economy was bad. I don't agree with that. I think the economy was going up, right? But they say the economy was bad. I disagree. I think the economy was good. Besides the point, he had that going. I think in January the CPI was like 2.4, and then afterwards in February was 2.3, and then he goes to war with Iran for like I don't understand. He goes to war with Iran. I'm like, what are you doing, dude? What are you doing? So Trump is compromised, and he's a narcissist. Now is giving loyalty tests. I don't know anymore, dude. I just can't. If you're voting for Republicans still, please stop. Don't vote for Republicans. Don't. Have some political philosophy, dude. Please. Have some sense of political philosophy, okay? You have your own beliefs. You know why you voted for him. Whether it was the economy, immigration. I guess immigration is not doing horrible. I guess net negative immigration is good. I'll give you that. Net negative immigration. We all love net negative immigration, but no mass deportations. Right? The economy. Did you vote for the economy? A lot of people did. Actually, I think the majority of people voted for mass deportations in the economy. The economy's trash. Gas prices. Highs. No war. Peacetime. Well, okay. Well, we didn't get that. What else? What else did he do that's horrible? Well, abortion. He was, he's clearly not pro-life anymore. I mean, this guy's like he keeps moving his it went from Reagan. He said the Reagan 3, rape, incest, and the life of the mother. Why should I do this Trump way? Rape, incest, and the life of the mother. And next, he says 15 weeks. Right? And he isn't trying to take down abortion. He's still funding Planned Parenthood. Like, literally cut that shit, dude. So, yeah. This guy's awful. But that's about it. I can talk. There's no news. Alright? I just can't find anything news. I literally went on Grok today to help me find some news. Like, I couldn't find anything. There's nothing good to talk about. So, yeah, thanks for watching, and God bless every single one of you. And so I'll be live on TikTok, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm gonna be doing that at Monday through Thursdays, and I get Friday, Saturday, Sunday off. I'm gonna be doing all that, right? Because then you guys are gonna have debates every single day now, up until Thursday. And yeah, we have that. And what else do I want to say? Yeah, please come and join that. Check it out if you want. Just because I need to get more content out for you guys. I don't want to do the show. And anything else? Hopefully we can get some viewers stealing from Matt Nuclear, because that guy's something. But yeah, anyways, thank you for watching. God bless every single one of you guys. See ya.